Okay guys, the next Halloween tutorial is going to be Marilyn Monroe. It's a classic, pretty classic pin-up look. You don't have to go as soft and blended and pretty, if you will, for Halloween, because I mean, it is Halloween, so things are somewhat exaggerated. But whatever. So Marilyn Monroe's face was lighter than mine, and I'm going to use a lighter shade of foundation than my natural skin tone. This is Revlon Age Defying, this DNA Advantage, whatever the heck. Anyway, this is Fresh Ivory. Woo! So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to apply it with a regular foundation brush if I can find one. Here we go. If you're going out to party and stuff, I would suggest putting a primer, obviously, on your face to make sure that the makeup stays. Regular foundation brush. So there is lots of contouring in that goes on Marilyn's face. Yes, I know this is too light for me. I just said that, but I'm making myself paler. So I'll wait for people to say, your foundation's too light. Okay. So because I'm going with lighter foundation than the rest of my skin, it is going to affect the colors and how they go on the eyelid as well. So I am swooping this foundation over my entire eyelid as well, which I do anyway when I do makeup.
But I have to use your laptop. I have to use that.
Why?
Because I have to let's use that a bit and play Dora and listen gently.
You gotta play Dora and what?
And
use it gently?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta finish doing this makeup, so when I'm done, then you can play Dora. How's that sound? Now, if you can see this monstrosity here of a zit, is that not disgusting? Like, I'm 35 years old and I have this disgusting zit in my hairline. There's a little freaking, he's got a little freaking friend there beside him. Anyway, so you want as flawless a foundation as you can get going here. When doing makeup, don't forget your neck. I've got leftover foundation on my brush. Most people, your neck is usually about a shade lighter than your face, sometimes more than a shade. Sometimes it's darker, but more often than not, it's lighter than your face. So, yeah, bear that in mind, that I don't need to actually dip into foundation and start putting it on my neck. I'm just blending what's left on the brush, just in case. Okay, so old Hollywood pinup glamour always had a pretty matte finish to the face, so you're going to want to mattify yourself as much as possible with your finishing powder. I am going to go in with a highlight and shadow palette from make-updesignory. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to just do a bit of shading and contouring in some of the areas where Marilyn Monroe would have had some shading and contouring. So, okay, so Marilyn had a very upturned nose, so the nose is important. She always had to highlight on the chin. She was usually pretty frosty and shimmery around the eyes. Like a little bit of highlighting and contouring, like where you would regularly do it, except for the nose. Like my nose is a lot different shape than hers is, but we'll try and get it to somewhat look a bit thinner. So I'm dragging some contour down the side of the nose. Now obviously you're not going to leave it like that. It needs to be blended. But You can do this with a powder as well. You can use eyeshadow if you want. Totally up to you. Okay, so that's to make my nose look thinner. Now to give it the upturned look, just here on the nostril, you're actually just playing with the eye, you know? So that makes it look like my nose is more of a ski jump. So you go ahead and blend that in. You don't want to blend it, you don't want to be blending it down. You're just softening it. So it's not crazy apparent when someone looks at you, but it's not gone either. And now highlighting down the center of the nose is going to make the contour stand out even further. A shimmery eyeshadow, use whatever. For this, I'm just using this contour palette because I have it in front of me. So the rest of the contouring, I mean, you can use a cream contour, you can do whatever. So I'm just using one of the brownish tones from here. So putting a bit here in the hollows of beside your occipital bone. And the powder is going to soften this up as well when we set it. So you can do along the jawline a bit. Again, this is all just playing with color, or playing with shadows rather. I shouldn't be saying playing with color. Playing with hues, playing with tones. We can go a bit on the cheekbone here just to accentuate cheekbones. See how it's just adding a bit of dimension to the face? No, I wouldn't do my makeup like this on a regular day to go out. Halloween. Remember last year, lots of the tutorials that I did. Okay. Last year, lots of the tutorials I did. My God, people get so literal about stuff. I'm like, really? Like, take it easy. It's Halloween. I get like all irate and mad about it. Dear Dana, that's not the way it's supposed to be done. You are the worst. Send. Okay, so I'm just blending some into the hairline. Again, exaggerated. Now I'm going to take some of the lighter color, highlight here on the cheeks. This is actually like a basic contouring session as well. Now, again, sad that I need to repeat myself this many times. However, it needs to be said for skimmers, people that just skim through the video and don't listen to what you're saying and then get cranky about it in the comments when you've repeated yourself 10 times. So, yeah, this is just basic highlighting and contouring, and again, very extreme.
We're doing makeup?
Yep. Okay, so just given some basic dimension to the face. Okay, so Marilyn's brows, she has a very extreme arch as I do, but her eyebrows are thicker than mine. So I'm going to have to exaggerate my brows, meaning draw outside of my natural brows. I'm going to keep the same basic shape, and she's blonde and did not have black eyebrows like me, so it's going to have to be more of a brown. Okay, I realize that brow looks really extreme, but once everything else is on, it'll fit in. Plus, I have another zit right there in my eyebrow. I don't know if you can see the big, huge bump. Trust me, it's making for awkward brow drawing. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're very straight underneath. See what I did there? Try to make it as straight as possible across. Then I'm going to do the same thing on top, but going outside my natural line. Then I'm going to go over it again, but go up a little bit. And then I'm curving. And now I'm just filling in over my natural hair. Now, when I get to the outer corner here, see how it's rounded somewhat? I'm going to go straight down, pretty much like that. So they are pretty extreme eyebrows. Now I need to fill this in because there's a bald spot. So, as you can see, these are extreme, which I said they would be. That one's both crooked. No likey. There we go, that's better. Okay, so extreme, as I said, it's Halloween. It's Halloween. Okay, so I'm now going to go in. I'm using Taupe by make-updesignory, and I'm going right into the crease here, trying to stay right in the crease and above. And I'm blending right into the corner here, almost like from here to here that you're wanting to blend. And this is just soft. Again, I'm going to go in with a darker crease color. And again, you don't have to do that, but it is Halloween, so you want to be as exaggerated as possible, really. You don't get to wear makeup like this every day. I don't know who would want to. Okay, so make sure it's really blended. Now, I will go with a Sigma. Where the hell are my glasses? Frig. E45. Okay, which is a small tapered blending brush. Very good for the crease. I'm going in with make-updesignory's Espresso. And I'm getting a bit on that just on the tip. And I'm actually going to go right in to the corner with this. Again, you don't have to. You can keep it to just the outer corner. And I'm actually going to flick this up just in the slightest. I'm just again, Marilyn did not wear this much makeup, but for tutorial purposes, this is what I'm doing, okay? You can go in with a shimmery white color and find a good brush. Me. Okay, so this is called Snowflake? Crap, forget. Okay, so make-updesignory has an opal color, or ice is what it's called, and that's what it looks like. It's just a shimmer white that you can use or get anywhere from any brand, really. So I'm putting this underneath the brow. And down quite a bit. Marilyn Monroe used lots of whites. And whereas with a regular pinup look, I like to use matte eyeshadows for this step. Marilyn Monroe I'm going shimmery. Plus it's Halloween, if I haven't mentioned that. Okay, so on the outer edge of the contour here, just to sharpen things up, you can go with the shimmery white and make a nice little straight line and then blend it down a bit. And that's just going to clean things up on the edge and add a little extra drama and give you a little bit of the upturned look. So you make sure to bring the shimmer white into the tear duct, to the corners here. This lighting is bad to the freaking contrast of this crappy webcam. I promise you it is not this dark. You'll see in the pictures. Maybe if I back up, that's still pretty dark. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of the taupe color, and just to say that I'm dragging a bit of color underneath, I'm actually going to use a white eyeliner in my waterline to brighten things up even further. Yeah, so please remember that this is not classic Marilyn Monroe. This is Halloween Marilyn Monroe.
Which one?
Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of white eyeliner into the waterline. And this is not a freaking like fluorescent dark white. I mean, it's white, but it's not one of those ones that's just like ridiculous. This is a Serge Louis Alvarez out of Montreal, Canada. Okay, so I'm using a Sigma eyeliner brush. This is a EO5. Just with whatever black gel eyeliner, liquid, pencil, doesn't really matter. So you're just going to go ahead and do winged liner. Now, I know that there's 1,000,000,001 tutorials on how to do winged eyeliner. So I'm not going to explain what I'm doing step by step. Again, you can go pretty extreme with the wing if you want. Halloween. False eyelashes are a must in my opinion for Marilyn Monroe. I like false eyelashes for everything, but especially for Marilyn Monroe because you need to have it very black and very opaque across the top. And again, I don't have any eyeliner on the bottom. There's a little bit of eyeshadow, and that's just my mascara. Okay, so keeping that in mind, I'm actually going to tightline the top just with the same gel eyeliner, meaning that I am going to, instead of lining the waterline down here with the white like I did, I'm going to actually line the waterline on the top. And that's just going to give a more opaque and blackened look to the lash line. You want to make sure that the formula you're using isn't too wet, because if your gel eyeliner or whatever formula is too wet, it will it'll bleed into your bottom waterline. Then it'll either be gray mixed with the white. See how things are coming together now that the eyeliner's on and a bit of mascara. It doesn't look as harsh. Okay, now I'm putting some false eyelashes on. Okay, so It would actually be better to use just like corner lashes for this look, so it would give more the doe-eyed look. I don't have any right now. Okay, so I'm using Makeup Designory's red lip pencil, and yeah. Then I'm going to use Ladybug lipstick. So I don't have a really extreme Cupid's bow to begin with, so I'm going to follow pretty much my natural lip line, but go a little bit outside of it, but keep the same shape. Does that make sense? So I did the same thing on the bottom, but I'm going just the same outside my lip line. Lighting makes them look orange, but I assure you they are red, which you will see in the pictures. Ladybug as well. Probably should have exfoliated. I do have a Marilyn wig, so I'm going to go get that. Nothing worse than red lipstick on your teeth, so take your finger, do that. It'll take off whatever's in the way, and then you can smile. You don't have to worry about being on your teeth. A little bit of gel eyeliner. Realize that's a bit big. It's Halloween. So although a classic Marilyn look, take my hair down and I could take my hair down and I could pretty much be anybody from that era or from classic pinup looks. You know what I mean? I mean, I could be Kat Von D. I could be Dita Von Teese. So if any of those are your costume, you can most definitely use this tutorial for one of them as well. Dita Von Teese. 60s housewife? I really like taking this thing out of the hairnet. So, what does it say? Sexy Marilyn wig. I ain't looking too friggin' sexy right now, I tell you that. Okay, really? I don't know which part's supposed to be the front. I guess this. I'm gonna look retarded because I'm not blonde. How the hell is this supposed to sit? Okay. I suppose once played with it would do, but I feel more like Rose Nyland. Okay, so the bangs go like this, and then there's like a swoop. You get the idea. I mean, I just took it out of packaging, so once it would hang around for a bit, it would soften up and not look as wonky, I would assume. But for like $8, what do you want, right? Right, Angie? Look at me running my hair through running my fingers through an $8 wig. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President.